Back at the beginning of the year in February, the NASCAR Cup Series went out to the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia, and that's where we saw the 99 car of Daniel Suarez getting the job done there. And from that point on, it kind of hushed a lot of haters and a lot of people that were saying his ride was in question about 2025. But as the season has gone on, Daniel Suarez has started to struggle more and more often. And right now, the question is he going to be a Trackhouse next year? He's obviously going to be in the playoffs, and if he makes it to the round of 12, I think that will be worthy enough to stay another year. But I don't think Trackhouse is going to make a very quick decision, in which, I mean, maybe in the next 7 weeks' time. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a little while because they're going to want to see what happens with Zane Smith. Does he get better or does he get worse? Same for Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez continues to go on a bad trajectory and Zane Smith goes up. Zane Smith could very well be in a 99 car next year, like I said earlier in February, but they got criticized for it. But Daniel Suarez, though, his seat and his future at Trackhouse is within his control because he's obviously going to have the sponsorship money. But at the end of the day, Trackhouse Racing really don't rely too heavily on sponsorship money because they're a very profitable group, very reputable group, if you will. But if Daniel Suarez were to become a free agent, I would look at Spire, Colic, and even Front Row as competitive options for him because he's definitely not going back to Xfinity. But if I were to be a betting man, Suarez will probably be safe for another year. And 2026 will roll around, and it's going to be a different conversation because Zane Smith, more than likely, is going to be in the running for a seat, and so will Connor Zillage. And there's going to be someone, or at least two people, maybe, being the odd people out and having to find new jobs because Chastain is not going to be there forever. Shane Van Gisbergen, if he's going next year, he's going to be there for many years to come because they've invested heavily on him. Connor Zillage is going full-time in the 88 car. We saw that announcement this morning with Junior Motorsports. So something's going to happen sooner rather than later with this team, and there's going to be some heartbroken drivers, and it could very well be Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain. But you got to give it time. But if I were a betting man, Daniel Suarez will return next year in the 99 car. But next year, though, Chastain, Suarez, and Gisbergen, right now, the car isn't in winning fashion. If you give them some time, I think next year could be a much better year. Van Gisbergen can very well put the team on his back and win multiple races. There are many road courses on the schedule, so we'll see how things go then. Suarez stays in the 99 car.